Hello! It's been a minute. Let's dive right into today's topic. If you follow my Instagram, you may have noticed I haven't been on there since January. Usually I make an announcement before taking a break, but this time I didn't feel like going on there at all. I just left. So towards the end of December, I knew it was time for another social media break. I'd been on there less and less and lost interest in it overall. So why did I really leave? The short version is I disconnected from social media to reconnect with myself. The more in-depth version is that I needed to devote more time doing things for myself. Simply put, I stopped caring how many views, likes, or followers I had. It was becoming more about making content for what would get more attention and not what I wanted to post for fun. I noticed myself getting nervous about posting something that may get fewer views or wondering what people may think. I worked very hard to get out of that mindset, okay? And being on there was bringing it back. I started looking at my older posts and saw how I posted things just because I felt like it. I did post things last year for fun, but it was strategic. Like, let me post on this day at this time. I simply don't give a... I don't care, okay? Which is one of the best feelings ever. I was gonna curse, but I'm gonna try to keep it clean. I also used to go on social media as a distraction. How many of us go on there, doom scroll, and lose track of time? There's so much content being absorbed and most of it isn't even beneficial. It's an overconsumption of too much information. I highly recommend you take a break, okay? I thought about what I used to do before I had any form of social media, whether it was Instagram or Facebook. That's when I realized things were much less complicated. I was just living life. So I went back to the basics and extended my social media break. I completely left Instagram and mainly focused on YouTube. Whatever YouTube content I made would then be shared on Pinterest and Facebook. But I'm not on Facebook right now either. But I always use Pinterest for inspiration. As you may or may not know, I've been on a healing journey for about 3 years now. Part of that is taking time to reflect, connect the dots, and go through all the emotions, feel all the feelings, and then let it go. A few things that I realized during this time was, 1, I am tired of people who only see me for what I could offer them. There were weird people on there, not the cool weird ones, but the weird ones. And it creeped me out. Some of them didn't get the hint, so I had to block them. Like, it was that bad. Thank goodness for the block button. I've been blocking people left and right, and I am 100% unapologetic about that. I also got really fed up with people not seeing me for who I am. I am a private person for a reason. You know, there's no need to overshare. But if you don't have the common sense to get a general idea of who I am based on what I've shared, then I can't help you with that. I don't care whether or not a person likes me or what they think of me. However, it gets annoying when people only pop into your life to get what they want from you. And at the end of the day, it's their loss because I'm freaking awesome, so oops. Oftentimes, people treated me as though I was their therapist, a game to play with, or a fool, which is why I made this Instagram post I'm putting on the screen not long before I left the app. People come to me with their problems like I'm their therapist, emotionally dumping on me without considering how I'm feeling at that moment, but it was never reciprocated. Another thing is, people tend to assume that I'm naive or not smart. It's been a whole thing many years in my life, and it used to really trigger me. And again, they can assume that about me. I don't care. I know who I am, and that's all that matters. Also, to the people who think they can play me, are only playing themselves. Period. Number 2, social media can be overwhelming. It is literally designed for people to become addicted to it. Constant notifications ping on your device so you keep checking for the latest updates. That's why I had to turn that off. The most idiotic things go viral. People trying to follow the latest trends all the time. Everybody and their mama making a podcast, which is fine, you know, I like podcasts, but certain people just should not have podcasts. They should not have a platform spreading false information or just projecting their experiences onto others. So I don't like that. Some people are actually willing to follow that and listen to that, and it just creates a lot of chaos on social media. When things get silly or downright ridiculous, I leave, I log out, I'm done. I have become so far removed from celebrity gossip. Tired of hearing about it? Oh God, don't get me started. I'm focusing on me and my life right now. So number 3, I took a break to rediscover the things I used to enjoy, become more in tune with myself, and to get closer to finding my purpose. So, as I mentioned earlier, I had to disconnect from social media to reconnect with myself. Social media was a distraction, and the time wasted on there needed to be spent focusing on myself. I didn't want to be distracted anymore. I wanted to face whatever I needed to work on 100%. I made it a goal to explore new things. We were inside a lot due to the pandemic, and it took some time to get out of that habit. I made a list of places to go to, and I have visited most of them. Going to these places has inspired me in a way that I wasn't lacking before, and I'm glad I'm able to bring y'all along in my Explore With Me series. So if you haven't, check that out if you want. Through reconnecting with myself, I've also found what truly brings me joy. Some of these things are what I did as a child, like reading, writing, and drawing. So if you haven't, you can tap into your inner child and you can balance work and fun. Life doesn't have to be so serious all the time. For example, I started writing poetry again, which really helped me through some dark times. So once I was able to figure those things out, it became easier to discover my purpose. I have a better understanding of it now, so don't be surprised if you see another shift happening on the channel. I am becoming the woman I needed as a child. This is the time for me to be a bit selfish, and it's time to prioritize my well-being. If you get just one thing from this video, I hope it's that you don't need other people or likes and views on your content to validate you. Your self-validation is the most important. The bonus thing I hope you get from this is that it's okay to take a break. You're not obligated to keep up with everyone else. There's a reason even influencers take breaks. You can too. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and there's more content coming soon. Thank you for tuning in and supporting the channel as we continue to grow together. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.